Hello everybody, welcome back to Cinema Savvy. It is myself George bringing a brand new review, and today I'm going to be talking about The Mastermind, which releases in cinemas this Friday the 24th of October, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts on this film having seen it at a London Film Festival. Of course, it's a heist film starring Josh O'Connor, and if you're a fan of this film, you're a fan of this channel, you're curious about what we do, we are of course a film channel. You can find out other reviews, discussions at the links below in the playlist, alongside our social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Letterboxd, so many more, linktree.com/cinemasavvy. But I am now here to talk about The Mastermind, a film I saw at the festival, and the official Beer Fire synopsis is: Josh O'Connor is superb as a rudderless everyman out of step with his immediate environs and the country at large in Kelly Reichardt's funny, shaggy heist film. So I saw this film straight after Frankenstein, so it was the second day of me attending in person. I'd seen, oh god, what had I seen on the Sunday? I'd seen Saipan, which I'll be reviewing later on this week. I'd seen J. Kelly, which the review is up now. 8:30 in the morning, I'd seen Frankenstein, came out at 11. This started at 11:45 a.m. Grabbed myself a bit of breakfast because I was hungry, and then the film started. I love a heist film. I loved Josh O'Connor in Knives Out recently. He was wonderful in that when you get the chance to see it. And I was really sold on this. Alana was in it. I really liked her in Licorice Pizza. I know she's a musician as well. So I was kind of sold on wanting to see this, and a lot of people have booked this as well. And I was like, great. Again, a heist film. I'm all in. I'm going to give you my initial thoughts now. This is not a bad film. I do not think it is a bad film. It's an exhausting film, if I'm totally transparent. A film I fell asleep in 3 times. And I'll hold my hand up. I should be criticised for that. When Ren, a good friend of the channel on my right, is fast asleep as well. 2 to my left, Paul, a good friend of the channel, is also fast asleep as well. When there are other people, we come out of the screening and finding out a lot of other people fell asleep in that screening. I don't feel guilty for feeling asleep at all, and that kind of relaxed me, because I was nervous that literally 2 days into a film festival, if I'm falling asleep, that's a me problem. I shouldn't be here. I should go home and not be covering this. But I was so relieved to find out other people had fell victim to the same film as me, and that's not to take the piss or be rude in that respect. I was genuinely nervous about having to go home early, that I don't have it in me. Obviously, I saw Train Dreams after, which I've spoke about on the channel, which I had a delightful experience with. So, again, just to show it wasn't me that day, that moment. It does happen. But I'm going to try and break this down as best I can without doing spoilers. So, it is a heist film, as I mentioned, and I love a heist film. And I'm very particular, very specifically, I love films where everything goes wrong. I spoke about Caught Stealing recently with Austin Butler, where the film is a sequence of events that anything that can go wrong for his character does go wrong. And I love that attribute. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol is another beautiful example of those. There are many great films where it's about things continuously failing and going wrong. Normally, that makes it more enjoyable for me. It makes it more unpredictable for me. Unfortunately, The Mastermind is just not that. The image of them stealing art from a museum in early 1970s America, I don't mind that. Doing the heist itself, I'm not trying to say it was ever meant to look like a Wes Anderson film or anything like that. It's not, but there are times where I think the film is trying to be really funny, but it's not. And you might be thinking, is his opinion invalid because he fell asleep 3 times? This is why I justify my opinion. The cinematography is intentionally static. A lot of it actually ends up being long shots, but it's static and it's slow. The camera lingers for probably about 30-40 seconds more at every opportunity than it ever needs to be. And the film is by default so slow, following people doing absolutely nothing, that I'm in total belief that's what led me to fall asleep. I would fall asleep and wake up and realise I've missed nothing. I genuinely haven't missed anything. I know I was asleep for 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, but nothing happened. And it's a film where I just didn't work with it for me at all. I didn't care for the characters, and I actually thought some of the structure of it was quite poor. The opening scene introduces us to Josh O'Connor playing the role of an art thief. We then spend time with his family. He's James Blaine Mooney, I should say. Terry Mooney played by Alana. They've got 2 young boys. it looks like they're all working in sync with each other to steal from the museum. I was like, oh, cool, like a family that do stealing together. Then it turns out that wasn't the case at all. The family didn't know. Strange opening scene then to portray like the family did know he was stealing and working together, and then it's a devious story of, well, this went wrong and that went wrong, and we hired this guy to help us steal and that guy didn't help us steal. We hired this guy to do something, he didn't turn up. Again, things that went wrong that should be entertaining, that they just weren't. And where the film continues to go, it just ends up becoming incredibly boring but repetitive, which is the absolute worst thing a film can be. And as I said, it just wasn't an enjoyable experience for me. It wasn't an enjoyable film to watch. To be frank, I'm quite disappointed that it wasted Josh O'Connor and Alana Haim. I'm unfamiliar with Kelly Reichardt's other work. I've not seen any of her other films before. I know that on the official posters, her title's almost as big as the film title is itself, but yeah, this one was a real disappointment for me. Quite easily the worst film I've seen from the festival. And in line of these reviews and what else I talk about, this isn't a film I'm going to be recommending for anybody to go and see. As I said, it did nothing for me. It did nothing for the people that were sat near me. Even the people that stayed awake, no one was really glowing about this. I think everyone's been in that same mindset. But yeah, again, I'm not going to... I will talk about the soundtrack. Rob Mazurek has done the score for this film. A lot of jazz. More jazz music than in Whiplash, if I'm allowed to say so myself. That also didn't help me keeping awake, because every time you'd wake up, the subtitles on screen would be like, enhanced jazz noises, slow jazz noises, quicker jazz noises. It didn't accompany the film that well, but it sounded great. It sounded like jazz music, and if you're into jazz music, maybe you can do a Tron Ares, put the film on, just take the soundtrack, listen to it on Spotify, jobs are good. And aside from that, no recommendation for me. That's my final thoughts on this film. I'm cutting this one shorter because I won't elaborate for no reason. You might be thinking, what review is next? Next up, I can't wait to talk about Is This Thing On, which is releasing next year here in the UK. A beautiful film, which I will talk about in much more detail than this one today. So that is my review for the Mastermind. Clearly not a Mastermind. Yes, more reviews to come. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care.